More just see it for yourself evidence today of the hate and bigotry in the Republican ranks. At the center of this latest episode is Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. One video clip of her racism and Islamophobia surfaced over the weekend, and her effort to quiet that storm, well, did not go well, to put it mildly. She was recorded, you see it there, talking about how she was nervous to be on the elevator with Ilhan Omar, implying the Democratic Congresswoman is a terrorist. Well, Boebert called Omar yesterday, but she did not apologize. And Omar says she ended the conversation because it was simply not productive. An additional video unearthed by CNN's great K-File team helps us understand why. Congresswoman Boebert, it turns out, has told her Omar story before. This new video is from a September Republican fundraiser. Boebert not only tells her elevator story, she also calls Omar and another Muslim member of Congress black-hearted and evil.
One of my staffers on his first day with me got into an elevator in the Capitol. And in that elevator, we were joined by Ilhan Omar. Press the emergency button. Well, it was just us three in there, and I looked over and I said, well, look at there, it's the Jihad Squad. Yeah. She wasn't dropping and running, so we're good. So.
Let's bring in Andrew Kaczynski. He's the leader of CNN's K-File, broke this story. Andrew, one of the value of this fantastic digging by you and your team is that your eyes and your ears don't lie. We see her for who she is and what she believes. Let's listen to just a little bit more.
You have Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. These are just black-hearted, evil women who want to destroy our
Tell us more about what you found. You just hear they're black-hearted, evil women. I guess right. Because they're Muslim.
Yeah, and you spoke about this in your intro. This is the second time in which she has made these comments. This story where she jokes that Ilhan Omar, who is Muslim, is a terrorist, basically. She notably tells, it's basically the same story that she told in the events that went viral last week. She claims Omar didn't have a backpack, so she felt safe, implying that any Muslim person with a backpack is a terrorist. Omar's people have basically said this story is a fabrication. They weren't on an elevator together. I messaged with Omar, who said that Boebert is unhinged, and notably, the story is actually a little different from last time. There's no Capitol Hill police officer confusing her for a terrorist or something. So it does lend, I think, a little bit of credence to the fact that this is sort of just a made-up story that she's telling a crowd for, I don't know, laughs, maybe. I guess the joke is that Muslims are terrorists, but like I said, Omar called this unhinged.
Andrew Kaczynski, grateful for your reporting and the K-File team's reporting. Let's bring it back into the room. And again, the point Andrew makes that's so important is that it's not one video. It's not someone who got caught up in the emotion of a crowd and said something horrible and then tries to apologize for it and then does apologize for it. This is something that clearly it's part of her quote-unquote routine. She thinks it's funny. This is from Congressman Omar after the conversation yesterday. Today, I graciously accepted a call from Representative Lauren Boebert in the hope of receiving a direct apology for falsely claiming she met me in an elevator, suggesting I was a terrorist, and for a history of anti-Muslim hate. Instead of apologizing for her Islamophobic comments and fabricated lies, Representative Boebert refused to publicly acknowledge her hurtful and dangerous comments. Melanie Zanona is joining our conversation. Unfortunately, you have to cover this a lot in the sense that Kevin McCarthy, the leader, refuses to do anything or anything meaningful about extremism in the ranks. He urged Boebert to call Omar. He wanted to make this go away. It is not.
Right, we saw her true colors in the social media video she put out yesterday where she doubled down on her remarks. Clearly, she's not sorry, but you do see Kevin McCarthy try to put out these little fires behind the scene. He obviously urged a meeting between Ilhan Omar and Lauren Boebert. He's also had a call recently with Marjorie Taylor Greene. He's tried to urge these conservatives not to attack some of the fellow moderates in the party, but that strategy has its limits. And what you hear from some moderates in the party right now is, yes, we understand that McCarthy's in a tough position politically, but there's a difference between politics and doing what's right. And doing what's right would be calling out this type of rhetoric and saying it has no place in the party.
Exactly right. Looking straight into a camera and saying, unless they stop, unless they apologize, they will not be welcome. They will not have committee assignments. We will not raise money for them. We will not support them. And we don't care if we get the majority or not, because principle is more important than power, which is the case made not just by reporters, not just by me, who gets a little animated about this stuff, but by one of McCarthy's fellow Republicans. Listen.
When you're in a position of leadership, you have to stand up. You have to deal with it. I appreciate the fact that Kevin called our colleague directly, discussed the matter with her. But at some point in time, you also have to stand up and just call it out for what it is. This type of rhetoric cannot be condoned. It cannot be upheld.
The question is, will Leader McCarthy ever listen to people like that? Who you're going to go into the campaign next year and say, make us the majority. Give us power to write the budget. Give us the power to have a lot of control. Give us the power, Republicans will say, to rein in Joe Biden. And oh, by the way, we welcome racism and extremism in our ranks. That's the message today.
Yeah, he's likely not going to change. You know, earlier this year when Marjorie Taylor Greene had made her own statements, he and Scalise would put out statements at least saying, you know, we condone this kind of behavior, this violent rhetoric. You don't see that anymore. You see them much more defensive of their own membership and kind of just letting this play out. You try and ask them, what do you think about this? Are you going to do anything? And they just double down and say, well, why don't Democrats punish some of their own? Never usually mentioning Omar's name, but very much suggesting that she herself has made.
And Tom Reed, a more moderate Republican from New York, conservative Nancy Mace of South Carolina also said she found what Boebert said to be reprehensible. For that, she did not get any applause from most of her Republican colleagues. She got this from Marjorie Taylor Greene, who loves to stir this stuff. Just frankly, Marjorie Taylor Greene loves this stuff and loves to stir it. Nancy Mace is the trash in the GOP conference, never attacked by Democrats or rhinos. This goes on. Mace can back off, hang up your real gal pals, the jihads. She goes, you know, I'm not going to repeat it all because she goes on again with more Islamophobia, more racism. And Nancy Mace fires back. We can put her tweet up today. While I'm correcting you, I'm pro-life, fiscal conservative. What I'm not is a religious bigot or racist. You might want to try that over there in your little league. Again, the few Republicans who are willing to stand up and speak out get chastised by the Marjorie Taylor Greene Boebert crowd for being disloyal.
Well, and the thing is, you have Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, but you also had former President Trump. I remember being at rallies with Trump where he would just put up Ilhan Omar's face and the crowd would go crazy screaming. I was at the rally where he said that Omar should go back to where she came from. So this is not something that is coming just from these kind of fringe members. This came from the leader of the party who never apologized for any of those things that he said.
And let's be clear here as well that it's not just this kind of rhetoric and this kind of behavior isn't just happening because of the inaction and the silence of Republican leaders like Kevin McCarthy today. It's because of their inaction and silence during President Trump's time in office and while he was campaigning for president, when he was talking about banning Muslims from the country, when he was making incendiary remarks about Charlottesville, for example. All of those things add up to a pattern that makes this kind of behavior and this kind of rhetoric okay and also politically advantageous for these members with the Republican base. And people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert are pulling right from the Trump playbook, and Kevin McCarthy hasn't changed his playbook from the Trump.
It literally pays to be extreme in the Republican Party right now. It helps them fundraise, it earns them points on the right, and they, to your point, suffer no consequences.
But we often talk about Kevin McCarthy's afraid of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's just lay it out there. He's afraid she will go to Donald Trump and say, block him from being speaker. But will he become afraid if more Tom Reed speak out, if more Nancy Mace speak out? Does the other math become true? At some point, was Kevin McCarthy going to have to make a choice?
Right. I mean, that is what I'm starting to hear from moderates. Behind the scenes, they're less willing to go on the record at this point, but they're saying he could have a math problem with us if he takes us for granted. And there's more of them than there are Marjorie Taylor Greenes and Lauren Boeberts in the conference. And so it is this delicate balancing act for McCarthy. He's really caught between these majority makers who they hope will deliver them the majority next year and these Trump allies who can make or break his speakership.
It should not be a hard decision. Do I stand with the racists and the bigots, or do I stand with the decent people? That shouldn't really take much time.